Hi guys, it's me, Susan, and today is September 14th, 2014, and thanks for joining me on Cruisin' with Susan. I have a few kind of random things to talk about today, sort of random. Um, but first, I want to thank all of you who let me know that you were touched by my tribute to my Aunt Betty, and not the least of you was Betty herself, which it was so cool. What was I mean, modern technology is really, I mean, it can be confusing, but it is also awesome. After I made the post, I don't know why I didn't think about it before, but I knew that my cousin was going to be staying with Betty for a while, and I called him and said, "Listen, I've got this video, and I think she might like to see it." And so I emailed it to him. Well, actually, I put it. It's too long for email, but I put it on YouTube and then sent him the link from the posting that I did. And he showed it to her. She was blown away. He took a video of her watching me and sent it to me. He said she was crying. She was so moved she couldn't speak. She wants him to send it to everybody she can think of. And she sent back a video also of her talking directly into the camera to me, telling me how much it meant to her, telling me how happy she was that we've been able to renew our relationship over the last few years after just some lapse, not really on purpose, just sort of, I don't know, everybody living their lives. And it was so incredible. And the last words of her video I wanted to share with you because I thought they were really awesome and just typical of Betty. She said, "Hang in there, Sue, and everything will work out just fine. I guarantee it," with a big smile. And she's right, you know. If you don't give up, everything's going to be fine. You just don't know exactly what it's going to be like, but it'll totally be fine. Maybe not the way you planned or intended, as I can certainly attest to. Anyway, that was really, really happy for me. In fact, I called my cousin. I said, I want to go up there. I mean, even if I'm only there for a weekend or something or a day. But he said she was just feeling a little overwhelmed. Many people had visited, and she was discouraging anybody further from coming. And I said, that's totally cool. Maybe we'll do some more little video chats. And so I want to let you know also that I appreciated y'all's feedback that told me that you kind of got a picture of Betty, and you felt really good about her also, like I do. I got another little surprise in the mail today. I want to hold this up for you. Let's see. This is from my friend Donna. If you can see, it says, "Live well, laugh often, love much." My little trademark tagline. It's a beautiful hand towel that she told me she found it in Vermont when she was on a road trip, and it made her think of me, and so she picked it up for me and sent it to me, and I thank you, Donna. That was very, very thoughtful and sweet of you, which is who you are, so that's why. There's some more exciting stuff. I mean, I don't know, maybe you get tired of hearing this, but like everything feels exciting to me. Even feelings of being frustrated, even feelings of being a little scared, it's all, I just feel like new opportunities appear every day, and even if they're just opportunities for how I think about things or how I feel about things, they don't have to be real life opportunities presenting themselves to me. But one of the things that has happened, you may have heard me mention Brene Brown and her work on vulnerability. Well, she also, prior to vulnerability, she did a lot of research on shame. And someone forwarded me one of her TED Talks. And you know, if you go on YouTube and put in Brene, that's Brene, Brown, TED Talks, she has several of them that have been viewed by millions and millions of people. She's so funny, because in this one I'm going to tell you about, when she first gave it, she said, you know, I've spoken to 400 people, and I'm really overwhelmed. And this TED Talk thing, this might reach like 600 or 700. Little did she know it was going to be like 4 million. Anyway, the one I watched recently was called Listening to Shame. And I do have her book on shame too. Her book is called I Thought It Was Just Me, but it wasn't. But it isn't, actually. But anyway, what I realized, and this is something that I'm going to take to the therapy session. It's going to be a hypnotherapy session, 2 hours of hypnosis to release some things that may be holding me back. I realized it's all about shame. Every time I have fallen into a pit emotionally, the bottom line is shame. When I was overwhelmed by when I broke my hip and right after my surgery, it was, I'm not going to be any good anymore. I'm not going to be able to be strong and healthy. I'm not going to be able to be worthwhile. I mean, I'm not saying there wasn't any valid reason for me to be sad, but and I don't know about you, but she does say that she feels it's really almost a universal phenomenon. I haven't figured out why we get it yet exactly, but it's so exciting to me to have, for some reason, having that label, shame. And she talks about how people just get really queasy when you start talking about shame, and it's because either they're denying it or they're afraid of it, you know, or they have it and they don't want anybody to know, because that's the essence of shame, is you've got to hide it because you think everybody else is fine and you're the only one that isn't. But having that label now, when I start to feel anxious or hesitant about something, you know, if I can recognize that it's that, then I just move right on ahead, because there's no reason for me to be ashamed of anything, you know? So it's kind of like translating it from an emotion, a feeling in my body that just feels uncomfortable and maybe makes me like stop what I'm doing, translating that into an awareness that there's nothing to be afraid of. What, somebody's going to not like me? Okay, well, doing this video has certainly helped me on that level. But it happens to me all the time. I was walking in Target earlier because I'm trying painfully to replace a few little pieces of jewelry so I can have something to wear to work, because literally I have nothing left, at least anyway. Every time I see something, I'm reminded of something else that I lost. But anyway, I walked past a mirror and I caught a glimpse of myself, and for some reason I don't look as horrible right now as I did then. I had these like bags under my eyes, and I was like serious or something. So that's one of the reasons I like to smile, is because it makes me look better. But anyway, I saw this in the mirror and I'm like, ew, you are gross. You're so horrible. You look horrible. And then I realized, there it is. It's shame, you know. I'm ashamed. At that moment, I'm ashamed of how I look. I imagine someone looking at me and thinking, you are an ugly old broad, you know? And first of all, it doesn't matter. Second of all, I don't think I'm an ugly old broad. But, at that moment, I looked kind of haggard. I don't know what to call it. Just the way the light was shining on my little bags there. I don't know. But whatever. It's like, stop it. Stop it. What are you doing? It's like I start hating myself. It's nuts. And any of you who do it, please stop it. Realize it's shame. It's not warranted. It's created by our culture. It's created by our own expectations. Our culture, women, men have it too. Men have expectations. They have to be strong. Most of men's expectations and shame is about being weak. Women's is about their looks, their weight. It's really gross. But anyway, so I highly recommend her work, her books. If you don't want to read, go watch the TED Talk. Her TED Talk is fabulous. And the other thing is, there she is. She has sort of dorky shoes on. She's a little overweight. She's real pretty. It's like she just is herself. She just totally up there. And I saw myself judging her the way I judge myself about her appearance. And I completely was able to let it go because it's a perfect example. We do it to others. We do it to ourselves. It's just really exciting to me to be able to have a label that helps me yank myself out of that pit that I fall into sometimes of self-hate and shame. And I'm thrilled to talk about it because, as she said, shame doesn't survive if you share it. It only survives in the darkness and in secret. And so I'm really excited about that. I will be having my hypnotherapy session this week, and I'll report to you on that. I feel like the shame is the core element that I'm going to be working on, so that I can not be held back with some of the great ideas that I want to act on in the future. Okay, that's it for today. I'm going on, and I will post again to try to divide them up into smaller chunks. But I just wanted to share with you that new stuff, the continuing fascination that I have with the work of Brene Brown and how relevant I feel like it is to everyone. And I hope that you are able to watch her TED Talk and maybe read some of her books. And that's it for today. Until the next time I see you on Cruisin' with Susan, I hope that you will live well, laugh often, and love much. You take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.